So, are you enjoying your Sunday shaves? And why not? Just joking. Today I will use Proraso, green one. And I had my Semogue board brush soaking in a little bit. And today I want to treat myself a little bit. Like I said, it's Sunday, it's weekend, so why not going some extra miles to achieve that relaxing, full-blown weekend shave. I'm just scooping out the leftovers. And for your amusement, I will use now my other bowl, which you might seen in the lathering tutorial videos. Now it's quite pasty, so I'm adding a little bit more water. I hope it won't drip too much. I noticed that Proraso Red is maybe a little bit better for face lathering. For Proraso Green, somehow I just cannot dial the right amount of water. So we're going to change that a little bit. Now I'm mostly doing this motion, which you cannot see right now, but I'm just trying to press into the bowl all the soap residues. And as you can see, it's now fully loaded, so I'm going directly on the face. Oh, I won't be having too much of leftovers because the bowl is, as you can see, almost empty. But it actually helped me to activate the soap a little bit better. So if you have difficult soaps, or if you're just trying a new soap or a new brush, or traditional wet shaving in general, I would definitely recommend bowl lathering, at least for first couple of rounds. Now this is fairly thin leather right now, because Semogue is absorbing pretty much of water because of the larger loft, and it was just hanging behind me, so I was a bit lazy to take my Omega board brush. And I didn't want to use too thick leather. I'm unwrapping the Wilkinson's black DE blade. And razor of choice, going again very mild, Henson AL13, the first generation. In the second version they rounded these portions a little bit. But still, very nice threading, tungsten bushing in here, rectangular pins for better blade clamping, so there is no wiggle space at all. And I wonder what happened with Henson shaving. When they released this first variant, they was pretty presentable in YouTube videos and all sort of promotions, but then they somehow became very silent, and when I checked their website they had like 20,000 of reviews, mostly positive ones. I hope they're still doing great, because it would be a shame to stop the production. Because this is one of that boring razors, you know, something which will provide a great shave. Oh, a lot of stray whiskers from Semogue. And I think there is a small drawback with, let's say, perfect razors, because you don't have that sense of achievement when you master some aggressive razor like R41 or some slant razor, and then you're, yay, I don't have any nicks again. So with this razor the skin feel is much more like shaving with any cartridge razor, meaning you don't feel anything on the skin, it's just cutting, but without the risk of causing ingrown hairs. It's very light, very grippy, electroplated aluminum, so you can see the colorings after, I think it's now 1 year of possession. So there's nothing to be peeled off, no paint coating. And when you start shaving with Henson, it's basically one of the razors with which you will have the feel like you shaved 1,000 times. Of course, there is no need to align and chase the angles, because there is almost no blade feel and there is already inbuilt the shave angle. So for all of you who are transitioning from cartridge razors, there will be absolutely no learning curve. For others who like to wiggle their razor a little bit, it could feel like shaving with the training wheels, but in overall I would say that this is pretty smooth, even on the first pass. Now this is the trouble spot, so I will repeat some, but in overall, for such effortless shave, it's a quite great razor. Except you won't have any, you know, adventure feel, like you actually did something neither good neither bad, because with this razor you can shave anyhow and with anything. And I would actually need a little bit more soap, so just going back to the pack, I misjudged the loft of the Semogue, but there's no shave police in here, so No need for excuses. The soap is there. There's plenty of it, so... Oh, see? A lot of dripping. So this was this time a little bit too wet for wet shaving. Still very slick, very lubricating, and I guess that overall result will be satisfying. Now, like I said, when people engineer such, let's say, ideal razor for zero blade feel, zero cut and irritation possibilities, you actually see what you're paying for, because the razor actually did everything instead of you. But for me, to be honest, I feel like something is taken away from me. I just hope that the perfect razor won't actually destroy the Henson shaving, because it is very nice. I took this once for the travel, and it was perfect option, because without the full gear, the fancy soaps and brushes, whatever you have disposable on the travel, this will work perfectly. But just it doesn't have that wow feeling. Except for the exceptional shave results. But maybe that is all the point. Again, one of the razors with zero blade feel, very tiny blade exposure, so it comes very comfortable when shaving against the grain, when you shave in multiple directions. It just feels absolutely smooth, and definitely BBS without even thinking about it. And this is the mildest version. So I can only imagine how the aggressive ones are shaving. But when I purchased this one, it was mostly intended to be used by my wife, but she didn't like that. So I started to use it occasionally, and still a lot of slickness from Proraso. Maybe because of this rectangular footprint, it is maybe a tad more difficult to go under the nose, but for everything else, perfectly smooth without any issues. I think this one is definitely worth the money. And the only thing I hate a little bit is because not so much time since releasing the first version, they came out with AL13 version 2. So as a buyer, you would think that, oh man, did they figure out something? Was something wrong with the first ones? But it was only just cosmetic improvements, and for this one I must say that not a tiniest whisker on sight, and for such a mild razor I think that AL13 is the mildest one which I have. As you can see, you can barely sense the blade with the finger. It's probably more tucked inside than any cartridge razor, but still it's exceptional in cutting and it just feels wonderful. Now, just because we are having some colder weather in here, I will add tiny bit of aftershave balm, about that much, on some trouble spots, chin and cheeks. And I must say that this was actually beautiful Sunday morning shave. If you care about anybody, you would wish for him that he have this level of comfort and smoothness in his shaves for every single day. That's it, nothing more to report. I hope you're enjoying the weekend. Take rest, and tomorrow is Monday, so stay tuned, there will be more Wicked videos. Take care and bye.